Welcome again to Sip Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, PeaceLoveMusic. And we love having these on DeOrganized Media. It is episode number 156, according to Heroes count from last week being 155. And we have a great show. And by the way, I just want to shout out again. Amazing job on the song, HeroGamer. Cranking on a bunch of levels all over the place. And again, shout out and congratulations on the win with your Stacks AI Guild project that manifested so many cool assets for our ecosystem, including this new SIP show song. Welcome, Hero. How are you today? Been a great week for the ecosystem.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on? You know what I was thinking, and I want to say this out loud before I forget, because I will forget by the end of the show. But what I do need, I need just a 16 by 9 background image that I can put in our intermission between the end of the morning show and the SIP call on Friday, so that it's a little bit more maybe advertising what's coming up next for just a general like evergreen SIP show image, and then maybe the AI Guild can help us put something together.
Yeah, I mean, we are all in the same place, right? AI Guild, you know the guys. So right. Yeah, if you want, I can arrange it, or you can just ask Hannah directly.
Yeah, I can get it done. It's just a matter of I will forget. But
yeah,
I will.
That's good.
But
I'll keep a note. When do you need it just for SIP, or you mean like maybe it's something that can be replicated for other segments?
The series, we could use a series of background images, because we have this, the one we use now is just our old generic one that I created a long time ago when I first started using that gold microphone logo. And it's fine, but it's also not as engaging as maybe some images, and we could probably do better, so any help we can get as far as those graphic assets would be appreciated. But I think specifically something for the intermission between the SIP show, because we have usually at least a 10-minute, if not like today was closer to 20 minutes where we had an intermission, something to put on the screen while the music's playing a little bit, but is not.
Wouldn't you want to animate it though rather than a still image?
Well, there's pros and cons to that. Animated, but not too long animated, because we only have we can upload more images than we can videos, but we can actually do like, if it's only like 3 to 5 second GIF images, those are kind of the same as a regular image as far as storage and what we can do with it. So,
well, what's best, still or animated? One number of seconds.
The best would be something animated, but very short animation. So like,
what kind of seconds? Just specify that.
Like 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
5 seconds, but animated.
Yeah. That's we'll get that done for you, sir.
Awesome.
We
have a
delegate.
No, I appreciate it, man. I really do, and it'll be win-win, because it'll help promote SIP while we, I'm hoping in this case it would be something that promotes SIP and what's going on. Maybe even reminds people about the forum or something. It doesn't have to be too cluttered, but something a little bit more.
Yeah. So it has like the organized show. It has. That's why we were talking about with who was it? As GP, like a SIP brand. We need to talk to Foundation about it, but I'm hoping we can do that. But in the meantime, let's just get something together for the pre-show.
Yes, exactly. And I'm going to bring on our guest, a good friend of both of ours. Actually, he was just on doing a segment with us with the Find2Earn Games. We're going to bring on Xenitron, because he's developing again. Welcome, Xenitron, to this week's SIP show. You're the feature of SIP 156. SIP call number 156. How are you today, brother?
Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me here.
Good morning. Good morning. It's still morning where we are anyway. Well, where I am. Um, so Hero, I guess I should have actually gone over. Do we have much? What is on our general agenda for today?
I think just like driving to the forum again. I think we can talk a little bit about yesterday, but main thing I want to talk about today is Xenitron SIP. I think that's the most critical thing to just to showcase to the community what it's about, and if it has, how do we help in advance, putting our SIP deputies hat on, how do we further this SIP, how do we promote this SIP, um, and he would be a SIP author, so looking from that perspective, how do we help him, if it has any questions about where to send, where to write, where to post it, like PR, you need to make a PR. There's a GitHub template and stuff. So yeah, we need to just try and help Xenitron as much as possible.
100%. And I do think that there is a lot of potential for this to be to really unlock a number of things we can do in the Stacks ecosystem. As far as the SIP being proposed with encrypted NFTs, I guess we'll just talk briefly about Stackies. Congratulations to the Stacks AI Guild. Several of our participants and contributors, including GPSC, 300, the Stacks AI Guild. Rafa's on our show all the time. Crypto Dude. All of the winners really are participants. Really excited about the outcomes. I think a lot of good people were recognized. Even just in the nominations too, there was a lot of great projects nominated, and it's great to get recognition that way. I think that this was a very successful Stackies relative to last year. Not that last year was bad. It's just I think that there's more excitement now.
Yeah, no, I agree. What do you think, Xenitron?
About what?
Stackies yesterday or the town hall?
I'm not follow the awards, to be honest. I'm not care about the awards, but I am happy for every person. But I saw I think PeaceLoveMusic obviously should receive the reward. And it's
I was really surprised you didn't. I know you were nominated several times, and the DeOrganized media.
But the problem of the awards nowadays, so there is no governance. I mean, the voting process can be botted. That's the first reason it's not objective, and the second problem, if it was rewarded by the judge, how they make decisions, we don't know. So the both variants is not objective, so I'm not care about it.
Yeah, and honestly, I appreciate the kind words. I'm not worried about winning. I'm just actually psyched about having been nominated for a number of categories, including with DeOrganized, and I love that. And I don't feel bad. Yeah. I don't feel bad, but it's not there's no money on it. It's just for bragging rights and or just for recognition. And my understanding is, as far as judges, they literally just go by the number of votes. So there isn't any.
And I think the third thing I want to add, it's more important recognition by the community, by the people, by the newcomers and everything. Because when we live in the small town, in the village, and we get recognition and validation from each other every day, it has no much meaning. We need to scale, we need to create the mass adoption, create innovations. And if we every day saying oh, Peace Love, you are a very cool person, it motivates a little bit, but we need to move forward.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, I'm pretty confident in myself. I know I'm a cool person, so I don't need the award to tell me that. But I appreciate the kind words, and I understand what you're saying and what you're getting at. Yeah. Also, related to the town hall, tons of just absolute bullishness. welcome to the show, FaboHax. By the way, he's he's asked to join the SIP show on the regular, so I've added him to the calendar, and really excited about having his developer input on the process. Welcome to the show, man.
GM, good afternoon here in Buenos Aires. Hello.
Oh, that's right. You guys are 2 hours ahead of us. I learned that
welcome, Fabo. You might want to put your mic,
HeroGamer.
like lower your mic so that you're not breathing into your mic.
Yeah.
We can hear you breathe.
Can you hear more?
Yeah, we can hear you. Just position your mic to the mouth, not to your nose.
This auto regulates. This is mic.
Down a little bit. Down a little bit.
Down.
Can you hear me here?
Yeah, we can still hear you. You're good.
Great. Good. So how you doing, bros?
Excellent, man. Excellent. We were just talking about the Stackies Awards, and we also had that town hall meeting yesterday, which I found to be very bullish. I think there's obviously so many things going on in the Stacks ecosystem. Shipping, we just shipped USDC, native USDC. Some of the things they were talking about for next year, including L1 staking, is very interesting. We touched on that with Rubes a little bit earlier today. The most bullish thing that I took away wasn't a specific thing. It was where Munib was talking about the idea that they need to have a longer roadmap, or that they're aware that they want to have a constant roadmap where they're constantly have things out in the future that they're working towards, and then always be shipping. And always be shipping was the thing that was the most bullish out of so many great things going on in the ecosystem that I'm very excited about. I don't know about you guys, but we got Wormhole coming. We got expanded SBTC functionality and the DeFi ecosystem. There's just so many things going on. And then the endowment, the accelerator, all the dev-oriented things going on for 2026. Future's bright on Stacks, guys, in my opinion. So, Hero, where do you wanna go from here?
I want to hear you guys. What's going on the SIP. I think you are pretty connected and synchronized with the network there. I passed a really good time here with PeaceLoveMusic that I met in person. A lot of hackers that came from the antipode of the world, from the India, evenly from various parts. So amazing experience. Yeah.
That was awesome. Fabo was at the Hacker House, and it was. I wasn't staying there, but I did stop in and kind of basically made it my go-to if I needed something to eat, because they had those chefs there cooking them breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I could just drop in and I blended in. And I looked like just one of the devs, so they fed me too. But it was a great time. I thought the camaraderie between the devs, everyone kind of working together on things, getting to know each other, was really a very interesting experience that from the outsider perspective.
Yeah, it was so intense that I hadn't noticed this last week that I saw for the last time in my life a guy, because we just lost him. He just died since 7 days ago. It's like he was a comrade of ours here from Korea. We are like engaging with that process.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah. So intense. I saw him in the meet and greet, the Stacks event.
Oh, so he was there at the
event? He was there. We were joking around, and he went, and that
was actually an awesome event too. That was Stacks represented very well. Number of events. They had the Hacker House. They did the meet and greet. They put on that Bitcoin Builders Conference. Then we represented well at SheFi, at Multi-Chain Day. What was the other one? I think there was one that was a staking summit. awesome stuff. Really, it was an amazing presence down there. I'm so glad we were able to be part of it. But and super happy to have actually gotten to meet you and get you a little bit more integrated into the community more. I know you killed it with your D grant. Congratulations, you got both milestones submitted. So you actually you're the first one that completed your entire submission so far.
Oh, yeah, I'm surprisingly fast. I don't know why, but yeah, I should
Well
pass.
motivated, maybe.
Yeah, for sure. It's like I'm researching stacks since 2 years ago, so engaging 1 year fully on it. I got into the hackathon, the November 2024, got the first prize, playing along. My first hackathon really in my life. I was pretty um, amazed by the experience. Yeah, I got here since a year ago in Buenos Aires, meeting a lot of developers. Something they are pretty interested into Bitcoin. They don't know even that you can program on Bitcoin. Yeah, they know about Bitcoin scripting at least, but they know much about stacks or any other layer 2 application really. But evidently, we have a lot to do. I'm doing practically 2 projects in a row, that is VBox and Sumac. I presented Sumac in Casa Minima in the event stacks. I'm pretty interested to also show about what is VBox. This is the first open source app store that got the D grants. I'm really willing to make it happen, because what is happening right now with Samurai Wallet, with the persecutions to developers that are just write privacy codes, is so astonishing. We have to make something about it.
We'll actually do we'll schedule a time to just have you on specifically to spotlight you, walk through your projects as soon as possible, possibly early next week or maybe shortly after the holidays. But we'll definitely you got a couple of things you're working on we can definitely spotlight as well, for sure.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I want to hear you guys. Tell me that.
Yeah, absolutely. And so right now, Xenitron just proposed a SIP. So we have a new SIP proposal in here. Although, I don't know, Hero, did we want to go through the town hall real quick? I kind of recapped it off my head. Hero.
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, no, so just want to circle back a little bit. These calls happen sometimes, really important calls for the ecosystem. And I think like having a way to log them so that if you are not there present, you can go on the forum to check. So I started like writing some of the recaps down. So just want to make people aware like these recap do live on Stacks forum, so you can go out. So I'll just show you guys. So I typically do like a quick tweet, just to like tell people like what's up on a high level, and hopefully we'll like the details directed to people to the Stacks forum. And one of the main reasons to use Stacks forum is also you can see my my other tabs. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Just gonna go Windows. Sorry. Yeah. If you could reshare.
Oh, let me, here we go. Whoop, did I not get it? Hold on, let me hear it. There we go.
So Stacks forum is gonna be a really important hub for all the really integrated Stacks community member, because you can post a lot of things on Twitter, but they'll get lost. So even if I post a recap on Twitter, you'll get lost. So so I try to drive people to the Stacks forum for details. So you can see like what happened yesterday. If you were not there, you can go and take a quick read. Each speaker is organized in this way, blah, blah, blah. You can check it out. And all the links are there. So just go and check out this. And other reason is because, for example, during the town hall, I don't know if you remember, like Alex Miller talked about, he posted some updates. He posted in Stacks forum. So you can come here and check out the R&D update. And just like Rena the other last week, she's asking for feedback, and here is where you can, feedback as well. So yeah, just try and join the Stacks forum. It's really easy. You can see Rena's post, Alex's post, my posts, Xenitron's posts, which we'll get into. But I just want to make sure like we keep driving people to Stacks forum. Peace.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is a big part of it. There's definitely been more activity on Stacks forum, by the way, in the last few weeks. I do see it finally starting to pick up. And that's at forum.stacks.org, by the way. Anytime you're looking to get your finger on the pulse of what's new, you go here, you can go to latest, and it actually shows you the most recent posts, and you can just jump into those threads. It's a great way to get exposure for yourself too. People that are participating in the forum, you're engaging, so then people learn your name, they get to know you a little bit better, and you're participating that way. So it's not just supporting the ecosystem by going in there and liking, but comment, engage, read the posts, and give thoughtful responses, and that's a great way to start getting involved in the ecosystem, is the Stacks forum.
Yeah, 100%. I think, like you said, it's almost like a little bit like, showing your true interest in the Stacks community. These you'll get eyes from the entities, employees, or maybe like the grants committees, people you never know. So it's a good way to build your reputation. Don't post something like just random. Post like thoughtful feedback. That's what most of the time the posts here are looking for. They are looking for comments and feedback, whether it's about the grants. Like I remember, I think Claire posted something about the grants some weeks ago down here. You can go and check out. And here is Xenitron, posting his idea proposal and asking, what do you guys think, essentially. So it's a really good way. And AIPTC, I think AIPTC recently has been doing really interesting stuff.
Sure.
X402, they're really heavy into X402. Here you can get all the links. I basically linked all the resources. So if you're interested in A001, A004, or X402 STK, you don't have to browse through the sea of Twitter to find those links. Some of them are here through the notes.
That is a huge lift, by the way, Hero. Huge
lift.
And
it shows you like how to join the AI BTC working group. And that way you can get involved.
Very cool. Fabo, are you on the Stacks forum yet?
Yeah, super interesting. See, I'm in the Stacks forum since a while, checking out, engaging a little bit. I did a bit of comments there. I kind of understand the ecosystem in that sense because there's much of technical jargon, and anyways, I think I'm part of that. But anyways, I want to dig further. I just speak about what I know.
So that's one thing. So yeah, let's get into Xenitron stuff. How about?
Yes, without further ado, the man, the myth, the legend himself, who has developed encrypted, I can't speak today, encrypted NFTs, to develop his game, Skullcoin game, which I've been following since the beginning, since it was still on testnet. I love the concept. Obviously, it's evolved into a number of different ways we use to engage the community. Like we play our Find2Earn Games. That was an extension off of that initial concept. But I think it's long overdue that we start working on a standardization for this. So, Xenitron, why don't you tell us about your proposal here?
Hi everyone. Yeah.
GM.
Yeah, hi Xenitron.
Hello. my proposal to create standardization for encrypted NFTs, since right now we don't have this one, and this is innovation. It doesn't exist on any other blockchain. Sui blockchain has ideas, but they have no use case. So just to clarify what we are aiming for, we are not trying to put the secret itself fully on chain, on a public chain that's not really private. We want to make the different things. Also, I can screen share to explain it more easy. Yeah.
Sure.
Let me.
Yeah, I'm also working with NFTs as songs NFTs. Super interesting.
Yeah, very interesting concept that he's working on here. Well, let's let him share and walk through.
Let me find this button. Okay, I see it.
That sound is AI, right? Is an AI song.
Yes, this is a song that Hero actually produced. Hero's a music producer now on top of everything else. With Suno. We use Suno.
So smooth.
Okay, yeah. I'm screen sharing. Do you see this one?
Yes, sir.
What do you currently see? You see like skull.
We're looking at the two green triangles and the sun.
Yeah, okay, so idea is pretty simple. We have like Skullcoin game. Skullcoin as a project is about the Web3 gaming to make sustainable game in Web3 because GameFi is not sustainable right now, and we develop encrypted NFT to make the gaming on chain. Because everyone should understand that Find2Earn is just a new gen of giveaways to create the community. But encrypted NFT is more than this to bring the users on chain. So we played this game in 28 August and it was very successful. A lot of on-chain transactions for Stacks blockchain. It's important to make a more velocity on chain. So we click play, and for example we have 3 NFTs. You see it's just a standard NFTs, 2 with triangle and 1 with this sun. But each NFT, like it says 1 NFT, 1 seed word. What does it mean? Like when you tap on NFT, it's a decrypt the word and you can trade, upgrade. And so this is seed phrase game. You have to assemble 24 seed words. When I tap on the NFT, it shows you seed word. It means it's a real seed word from seed phrase that exists in Stacks blockchain and in Bitcoin. The goal of the game was to assemble 24 words to unlock seed phrase and to grab the wallet to get the prize. And there was 10 wallets, and each wallet was marked by the icon. I can show you here. There was 10 wallets with different icons, so different Stacks addresses with the different prizes. In my current test wallet, I have like this triangle wallet with the word number 22 and the word number 24, smart. So right now, like how it works, we have encrypted database that connected through Stacks API to NFT. So we validate NFT ownership of the person using our own system standardization. My C proposed to put cryptographic fingerprint of private content on chain. It's a hash or commitment. Think of it like a sealing a document in the envelope. The content can live off-chain as encrypted data, but the chain stores the seal. So nobody can silently swap the secret later. Anyone can verify it's an exact payload that was originally committed to that NFT. And the second thing that define a standard access interface. Right now, every project invents its own unlock API. Obviously, we are the first project who invented encrypted NFTs, but it can be a huge thing if we push this meta together for the whole ecosystem stacks for the new builders and the whole crypto like a new meta. Because like right now, every new project will invent its own unlock an API with different endpoints, different checks, different event formats. So wallets, marketplaces, and indexes can support it natively. For example, Gamma marketplace doesn't understand that it's encrypted NFT. It has no data about it. You can trade those NFT on the Gamma, and we explain to the Gamma, and Gamma write the text that it's encrypted NFT, but there is no standard in blockchain. So we want an ENFTs, encrypted NFTs trade that makes this plug and play. Wallets can show locked content, markets can index it, and apps can integrate without custom work. Basically, like USB standard for private layers. That's all. That's like simple explanation.
So just to make sure I have it down, the NFT has data associated with it, but that data is not on chain. That data is encrypted off chain.
Right, because we cannot put this data on chain on the public blockchain like Stacks. And if Munip and the Stacks core team will make the more privacy, will go through ZK like Snark's work to make it possibility to make it fully on chain, we will put it's fully on chain. But ZK development is very difficult. It's like to build a new blockchain.
Right.
But now we can make the more data on chain. Yeah, just continue.
Well, and so that's this. The function though is you have an NFT that can refer to information that only the user can access.
Right.
Only the holder, not the user. Only the holder can access.
Yes.
Very interesting. And it's
nobody else can access that information apart from the NFT holder, and that data is off chain.
Yes.
What about you? Can you access my data?
Yeah, sure, because I'm like the person who created the game, because it's a game. It's not like, identity or any banking data. So we create like entertainment. And important also, I want to mention, important to understand to any people who want to build any GameFi. In GameFi, in Web3 gaming, the game should be created by the person, by the human. Because if the game will be created by any machine or AI, it can be solved by AI. That's a problem.
But back to the point Peace Love was talking about, who have access to that off-chain data would be the game creator.
Only the game creator.
Would be the game creator plus the NFT holder, nobody else. Would that be correct?
Correct.
Okay.
So, okay, one question, Xenitron. So what the holder, the creator, shares, the commitment, and how the new holder gets to decrypt the NFT?
So if you trade or send the NFT, we have our own payload, we just check if this holder, if it's the owner, we check the ownership of NFT and we show this data from our encrypted database. But if we will have like hash commitment for the NFT, it will be like standard on Stacks, like new
NFT. It will be other database where you save all the holders, etc. There's that.
Yeah, right.
Okay, it will depend of that. Okay, got it. I think it's super useful. I was thinking about that 6 months ago. Is about let's say I have a 3D model I want to sell on internet, but I don't want to share really the model. So I have to put that encrypted asset or ID of the asset on IPFS or something like that. And I just share a key for the new holder that buys it, right? Let's say that.
Yeah, but I believe this use case can be only for gaming, because like in games, to be honest, people care only about their feeling, only about like social things. They don't care about the privacy so much. I have a lot of experience. Like I invested a lot, like in virtual poker game, for example. It was on Ethereum, poker on Ethereum, and the users, the poker players, they don't care about real on-chain privacy. They just want to play the game.
Yeah. That happens a lot. It's super useful. I think it gets you know, there's a little bit of a friction there with the new database. We have to set up that uh, and so on. I don't know specifically how that can get done. Uh, the the ideal is that it must be decentralized, right? It's like some incentive for someone to hold the keys or
Yeah, so our goal right now here is make just more standardization and more things on chain as much as possible. So the Stacks blockchain is public blockchain, so we cannot make ZK snarks or any privacy fully on chain, but we can make it a lot better than right now, and make it for new builders, because you see this is seed word game, but the game can be absolutely different. It can be like detective stories, it can be any game like in GameFi, so we can make a new like meta for builders. Just innovate and make a creative ideas to make like the games with encrypted NFTs. I very confident that only encrypted NFTs can be sustainable in GameFi. All other games I follow in like Solana Gaming, Sui, blockchain, there is no sustainable games, there is no new meta games at all. And there are a lot of builders, a lot of smart people, and they cannot solve this problem. That's why we develop it.
super interesting.
Because like, yeah, if you see, do you see my screen right now? I'm showing like the
It
different.
says it says
in-
tape. It says the C word. That's what we're looking at right now.
Okay, let me just. I think I have to.
While you're lining that up, I do want to just say, while it's not a perfect solution for what Fabo suggested he could use it for, it still is a layer of a solution. It does provide a layer of isolation. So like in that instance where he has a 3D model he wants to sell, it's not available to the marketplace. Yes, can anyone, once they have an NFT and they've actually like gotten the information, can they then share that information and copy it? They can. But there's no incentive for them to just go share it out for free. And that doesn't stop him from continuing to sell the product through his NFT. So it still does provide a viable model for structuring that, or for engaging in that kind of a transaction and having the ownership of that data on chain via the NFT. And then they have to log into a specific website to decrypt it. And that website is connected to the data, off-chain data encryption. It's not perfect. It's not all the way there. And it does seem to obviously work better for the gaming GameFi right now, but it still does have use. It does provide some functionality beyond that. It's just not the perfect solution yet. You Sharon, you want me to bring up this docs page?
Yeah, you can just open and share. I explain like just a couple sentences.
Okay, let me
Yeah, it's on the right track, I think. I have to
For sure.
check that detail, but yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you guys see I got the overview on here.
Yeah, just I'm just go very quickly and very simple like explanation. Like
Sure.
first of all, we are living like an like how to say like information age. There is a lot of information, white noise, and we are all tired about like reading everything is internet. Yeah, and that's why I just make it as simple as possible. So I explained before, Find2Earn is just for mass adoption and CT crypto Twitter to make engagement, make the community. Yeah. So encrypted NFT is a dual layer. So it's a public art owner only secret. It's a public and secret information. It's like public key and secret key in Bitcoin. We don't talk about Strike. Can you open please encrypted NFT tab on the left?
What am I?
Yeah, just encrypted.
Oh, right here.
Or not. Please open problem and solution. Yeah. So what the problem right now? Like we have to solve these problems. It's very simple problems. Like for example, I'm very confident when I say like airdrops, perps, and other things. They will not lead to mass adoption. You can read it very like fast and understand that it's very simple ideas.
So can I ask you a question about this point? I know you are very good in identifying problem. Does this problem exist in Web 2 or is it a Web 3 problem, like crypto problem?
It's a Web 3 problem because I just make a difference between Web 2 and Web 3. Web 3 is a more like economic monetization thing, like it's about the value. When you come to Web 3, you can say like I'm HeroGamer, I'm very like good in tech, I understand deeply a lot of things, but in the endpoint, like in subconsciousness, we are all here because it's a new kind of money, it's a new kind of decentralization from fiat. And when the value born, when the real value born, the problems born. So answering your question, this problem exists when money interact, where money like have some activity, and that's why we have to solve this biggest problem.
So it's a problem indeed, because I was thinking that it's so needed when you have to sell an asset that needs to be unlocked first and then be to be locked first and then be unlocked.
Yeah. Can you open please encrypted NFT tab, the first one?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the idea is very simple. Yeah. Why encrypted NFT is important? Because like bots nor AI cannot do anything here. So it's like like Bitcoin works as a perfect like technical system. So in the same with incomplete information games. Incomplete information, it means like bot or AI cannot have access to data that it doesn't own. That's the most important thing. That's why we try to invent and push this meta slowly together, step by step, to our Stacks ecosystem and broader.
And I honestly, I think I like the way you broke it down on here, because it does terming it incomplete information. And that is why this is not a problem for Web 2, because everything is centralized on a database on Web 2 and there's nothing on chain for people to take necessarily. But the other side to that is the entire game data might be centrally available, where this actually limits that. So it's bot resistant, AI resistant to some degree as well.
Can you give like an example that can relate to people? Like this is a problem that they may have encountered in the past that they've been gained. Xenitron?
You asking me? Could you rephrase, please? One.
Yeah. So I'm asking, like, can you like describe an example, a situation where maybe in my past 3 years or 4 years in crypto, an example where this has happened?
What exactly happened?
Like there was a game that was gamed, by the system. People were gaming the system,
Game,
and I
sure.
was like a victim or something. Or I don't mean me specifically, but somebody in crypto.
Yeah, if you're asking about the gaming, Web3 gaming, there was the biggest game in crypto. The first game was Axie Infinity. Everyone
Yeah,
know
I
that
remember
name.
that.
And the second game was a Stepan, like you have to buy NFT sneakers. So this was the biggest games that led to mass adoption. So the Axie Infinity was a billion game, yeah, and everyone like in Philippines and around the world play this. And Stepan was the biggest like Solana game, and I strongly believe it pushes Solana ecosystem.
But what did the user have what did they were not using encrypted NFTs, I guess.
Right.
So
Yeah.
were the players a victim of like because of that?
Yeah. So the problem, so it was two games, and talking about the problem, we start from X Infinity. Yeah. So the problem, it was like pyramid scheme because earning and token value, there was negatively impact when the influx of new players declines. So it based on newcomers, and the new players should come, and the economic model is dependent on a constant flow of newcomers. And conclusion, it was like these challenges for Web3 games, we have to develop sustainable economic games. It means like the money that comes into the game should be not depends on the newcomers, because it's a classic pyramid like or the Ponzi scheme. That's how the X Infinity worked. The more the players comes, the bigger prices, the bigger income can have the previous participants and players.
Okay, so
And
just a quick recap. In your opinion, it shouldn't come from more and more players to push the token price up.
right, but not exact like this one. So I just make the very easy example like poker tournament, how the poker tournaments works and why it's sustainable game by humankind. You just pay for the entry, and the entry divide to the prize pool. I think everyone understands. Yeah, this is very simple example. That's how the sustainability of the poker for poker rooms for poker industry works. You just pay for entry, and this money divides between like first, second, third places. That's how sustainable economics work in games.
Okay.
And the games should start and should end. That's how they make it sustainable also, because there is an eternal game is just a utopia. That's two things for economical is important. So it's different from encrypted NFT, because encrypted NFT is about not economical thing. It's about the thing how can we create the game that will be not solved by AI and the bots because of incomplete information.
But
The economical
for example,
aspect of
Axie Infinity didn't have bot problem. They had a constant influx of humans. So back then, AI
right.
didn't quite exist. So what was the problem? What was it? How is it relevant?
Yeah, because like X Infinity was not the tournament-based game, so it's not like you input the mint process, you input the money like an entry, and you have income from the prize pool.
Right.
It was economic by you just buy NFTs, and the game is grow, but the people who was early, they understand the price of those NFT is too much, and they feel that newcomers less and less come, and they start to dump in the prices, selling the NFTs and selling the token.
If I remember correctly, they had like a separate token that you can speculate on the price.
Yeah.
And I think you can buy the players, right? Essentially, you buy the character in the game
Right.
using
like
whatever.
NFTs.
Yeah.
So it's just a classic like the scheme when the early adopters have a lot of money, but the newcomers has less and less. And when the people ends, the price will go down because it's just a market. How it works here, like the demand become the lower and lower. And the second game was NFT. It was Stepan NFT sneakers. It was a very successful game. I played like with my friends, with my family. So idea was very simple. You buy the NFT sneakers, and you have to walk around in real world using GPS on your phone.
Okay.
And it was very smart game. I have to say, the more steps you do every day, the more token you get. But there was a limit for the time limit for walking, running. If you want to expand your time limit to, for example, maximum 2 hours or 4 hours, you have to buy more NFTs, more sneakers. So limit was at 20 sneakers, and it was cost like maybe a couple $1,000s, maybe more. And so the more sneakers, the more energy you can spend. And people start buying the 2 or 3 smartphones to walk like 6 hours per day changing smartphones. But that's not enough. Like you can upgrade your sneakers, and there was a levels like uncommon, green, like classical, like in games, like blue, rares. The better sneaker you get, the more tokens you the more tokens you get from the supply. So it's an emission that comes, you printing the money. And when we played, we print from 300 to 500 bucks every day.
Okay,
But
so if we zoom out a little bit, I feel like there are two buckets of categories of current problems that you have observed. One is this economics of the game, which is kind of separate to the encrypted NFT side, or maybe it is. To my understanding, even if they had encrypted NFT attached to their game, because their tokenomics or the economics is not at its core sustainable, encrypted NFT wouldn't have solved their problems anyways. So we kind of looking at two separate problems. One is encrypted NFTs making it more private, but the other one is actually just the game's mechanism and the game's incentives and economics, but that's totally separate to the NFT. It's not going to be solved by encrypted NFTs. Is my understanding correct?
Yeah, almost correct. The last thing, like the last piece of this puzzle is like encrypted NFTs make the games fair for humankind. That's importance of this technology. And if the game fair, it means like economic will works because AI and bots not drain the value from the system. But from economic aspect, what the difference with encrypted NFTs, we create the tournament-based games, like not like games when the emission and supply goes to infinite, because like, I want to say like the phrase like, instead of supply changing to keep the value the same, the supply is predetermined and the value changes as the number of user grows, like the value per coin increases, and it has potential for positive feedback loop. As users increase, the value goes up. So that's the first what Satoshi Nakamoto said, like in Bitcoin talk, that the supply of the token should be like finite. And the problem with the step and like the supply of the token emissions just was infinite. You create the supply like a mining by walking and running. Obviously, there was a Chinese farms. And the problem of X Infinity, that the price of this token, the supply infinite for X Infinity, but the price of the token based on newcomers. It's two different economical problems, and we have to solve this biggest problem slowly. That's why it takes so long time.
Yeah, that's okay. I think it's just good to categorize the problem so that
sure.
Because your encrypted NFT can be applicable to other places other than games.
Right.
Maybe it can be used by AI. I don't know, AI agent themselves. I don't know, or maybe it could be, I don't know. Could be in DeFi. I don't know. You know.
Yeah, we don't know. You ask very right question, by the way. Thank you.
Awesome stuff. And so a couple of things I do want to make note of. This is a non-consensus breaking, not a hard fork proposal. So it's just for standardization. And, you know, I can see this being, you know, like even with Fabo's example of a potential use case. Obviously GameFi and, you know, like puzzles and gaming and stuff like that is a main use case. Stuff we're doing with like Find2Earn and the Strike project and the Siege Hunt game that we played. That's all cool, you know, all obvious use cases. But I think that there's options for like access NFTs can potentially use this. You know, like a sealed collectibles, like if it's an NFT collectible, like if you're buying packs of something or something like that. Even potentially location-based or time-based reveal stuff in games or in other kind of use cases. Like you have the NFT, it gets you access to a building, but it only gets you access to a building at a specific time based on what you signed up for on your NFT, but that information is not on the NFT.
So thinking out loud piece, the use case is that I'm just thinking back to a user experience. So I can see it because the current landscape of NFT is that as long as I minted it, everybody in the world can see it, right? It's displayed on Gamma, right? So what this is different is once I minted it, public cannot see it. Only me can see it. So the use cases are that if you're doing an NFT mint of some kind for events or for a private mint, maybe you don't want other collectors to see what you have in your wallet. Then you know you want
they know you've collected. They know you've collected something from the collection, but they don't know what you collected.
They don't know what you have exactly, and only you can reveal that picture in your wallet. Nobody else in the world can see it unless I physically show them my computer or my phone to my mom. Hey, I collected this, and that information only preserved among the people that I show to, plus the game creator. But nobody, it's not like on a blockchain where everybody can see that. Hey, would that be correct, Xenitron?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct, and absolutely. And there can be use cases we don't even know right now. Like, and it's very interesting that you say like AI agent. What if like encrypted NFT will owned by AI agents and they will interact somehow? But the main thing also,
I mean, for sure, AI agent is just like a hot wallet, right? You can deposit tokens into AI agent like STX or SPTC. They go and trade for you. They earn more into that wallet, or they go and spend it using that wallet via X402 payments because you keep using resources. So you keep paying API calls, blah blah blah. So they either spend the money in the as an AI agent employee, or they go out and earn stuff for you. But I would imagine that I think I have seen on Ethereum that the AI agent can also hold NFTs. It's not just fungible tokens. Sure, like it's almost just like a hot wallet, like a smart contract wallet of some kind. It's not restricted just tokens. So yeah, what if the AI agent can trade NFTs on your behalf? Um,
Yeah, right. That's correct. And I want to add, like, what we built, like, for GameFi is important to understand that the layer that you see, like public data, yeah, that layer identify the demand of other person. It means like when you see like triangle like 22 or triangle 24, like I showed before, it means somebody maybe needs those NFT, so it can be tradable on the market, but this person doesn't know about the information inside. And when we played our pilot game in 28 August, it was a very huge excitement for a community, and we have like blow up our chats, and people just interact each other in social engagement a lot, and say like, okay, please give me the word from the 24 square, I need like square number 15. And a lot of people listen, like they bluff.
Do you know
So
what it
they,
reminds me of, Xenitron? I
yeah,
think maybe we have come across this in the real world when we play card games and when we
yeah,
play board
yeah,
games.
yeah,
Sometimes you want to collect certain things, but the other player cannot see you, but they know what type of cards you have, but they don't know exactly what's behind the card, you know?
yeah, man, that's in complete information games calls like this. Yeah, it's
So,
in
so for
complete information
example,
game.
you could have a deck of cards. I want to collect all the aces, but you don't know
Yeah,
which ace I have, which number I have. But I am trying to collect the aces as much as possible. I think
yeah,
there's a game
exactly.
called Bluff, right? That you
Yeah,
say, hey, you put it on the table. I have three hearts.
yeah,
They're all like three heart. Seven of heart. I have three. You put it on the table, but people don't know what's underneath. But you are just trying to bluff all.
yeah, exactly, man. You deeply understand the things, and it take like 15 years in card games for me to build a such thing. So, my game, I have game designer obviously also, who helped me a lot, and he just proposed me to make these games outside of crypto. He said like it's a so new thing, like it will have a lot of social engagement, and the social engagement that people so much wants right now. People wants
Yeah,
just to make so real social engagement, not like they just reading the text and it's a boring thing and everyone just tired, and this is a new thing. Like, yeah,
I'm thinking of another example. If you, as a musician, artist, wants to sell an album that is just releasing, it's like you can just put it on chain, but just release it for the people that buys it, right? You see, evenly, if you can sell tickets in real life and release something for your fans or whatever, you can just do many things with encrypted NFT. Really, you can unlock many of gamify, musicify, um, etc. I think there's a lot of use cases there. I'm wondering, what about the key management? Can you get into? Can you dig further on that, please?
what do you mean, key
Uh,
management?
uh, let's say I buy a song for an artist, and then I just have the key for entering. I can share the key with others that wants to listen it. Um,
Yeah, you can share, just you can transfer your NFT, just
I can
send
transfer
to the
the
other wallet.
NFT. Okay, they
Yeah,
have access to listen the song.
right.
Okay. So there's no rotation keys or something like that. Can you?
No,
There's
it's a
key
pure
management.
ownership, and if we make standardization more on chain on stacks, that will be a hash like commitment to the NFT, like envelope and seal. It will be
Okay,
like
so
that's why I want to push this meta, because like for degens, for the community, it should be some meta. Like Stacks blockchain is so like serious blockchain with a big capital, with the DeFi, with the rails to Bitcoin, and if we have like there's some like community flagship like and some degen like you know geek stuff like encrypted NFT or what is it like, and people start exploring, yeah, they will like it.
cool.
So do you want more than just games people adopt this? I assume yes.
To be honest, for me, for our project, no, because I don't believe that mass adoption comes from anything than games. But
Okay, fine.
for new developers, yes, we are
Yeah,
open this technology to open for the new developers and make like adoption for the very smart like genius people. They can say like, okay, let's build a
yeah,
new game or let's build a new use case for encrypted NFT. Because you
yeah,
remember
yeah,
when there was a meta like 3 years ago about the NFTs itself, yeah, we just mean NFTs. It's like a gamble. You want unique NFT, you want to sell it high, you making profile picture. It was a fun. It was again, it's a game and it's like a social engagement. That's what the people want. Like Bitcoin was a game in the beginning between the cyberpunks like Adam Beck, Wei Dai, and Halfini. They just play the game.
Cool.
So yeah, your primary objective is to have more game designers adopt this NFT
Yeah,
standard.
or any person, any builders. Because when we talk to games, when I talk the word the games to stack score, I think they think game is just for child, yeah, like, and we are building multi-billion economy rails to Bitcoin, but it's not the right position of this like word etymology, yeah. The game is, it's about the activity and engagement between the people, and you see like the gaming industry is evolve, it's growing every year, because if we talk like the one sentence in philosophical way, we just create a new reality above existing one. That's all.
Yeah, I'm just thinking whether like Crypto Dude, because that's the only other project kind of on Stacks that's doing like proper games, and his Cryptonauts, whether Cryptonauts there's somewhere that can incorporate this.
I
Yeah,
am
sure.
sure that dude might even be working on some kind of solutions, because I know that they're working on like composable in-game assets that are on chain, and there might be a reason to have some encrypted function in that for sure. But just to kind of make sure that I don't think Xenitron's saying he's only looking for input from people that are designing games on the SIP process. I think he's saying that his focus and what he sees the most the broadest application of this
Yeah.
to be towards gaming, but he's absolutely open to input from people that have other use cases that they can think of that this might be valuable to. And I would say getting input from people coming at it from a different perspective will help us identify things that will be more useful down the line and get a more broadly valuable SIP in the process, or standard in the process.
Yeah. One last question I have is, earlier in the call we mentioned about wallets. So one of the key questions I can think of is, do the wallets need to adopt this in order to display, or is it already compatible like Xverse or Boom? Do they need to do anything? I assume not.
I think it's already
I
compatible.
think it's not. No.
Yeah.
I'm not sure for 100%. I have to ask my CTO, to be honest. I think it's not.
I mean, if people can see the public information in the wallet, that's okay, right? And
No,
on your website, you can reveal
right
that.
now you can see only the public information. Yeah, you cannot see the
Okay,
encrypted
so
information.
in my Xverse, if I tab on that public NFT, I cannot reveal the private information, I'm guessing.
You can reveal only via our website because we
Okay.
own this encrypted database. Otherwise,
Yeah.
like it will be fully on chain.
So my question to you is your vision that the wallets also have a way to reveal the private information, or is your vision more like the game creators themselves just have a way to reveal the private information on their website or via their platform? It doesn't have to involve wallet providers.
Yeah, my vision, if wallet will have this implementation on chain, like for example, for stacks, it will be separate like consensus level SIP that could explore like adding additional cryptographic primitives to clarity to enable more advanced flows like on-chain verification of encryption consistently proves that will be possible. It's a question more about technology and what stacks want to bring in future. And for other blockchains, maybe like Sui can implement this thing because they have already like two years ago idea on GitHub. They have different like move language, etc. So it's more about the blockchains, not about my opinion, but it's more about the users. If you as a user like want to see this information on your wallet, okay. But right now, how it works, we have like mobile adoption for our website. It's very cool, slick. You can just connect Xverse wallet, and you will see this information very easily in our interface. It's very like positive, like I mean, cozy interface. We designed it so long time, so we don't see any like reason to see it in your wallet. But if people it's all about people experience and UX UI, like Solana is popular because it's based on people what they want.
I guess you can't play the game in the wallet too, so why do you need to reveal that private information
in Utopia,
on your Xverse mobile?
You also have a browser in the most wallets have the browser, so you can actually just go to the website you need to access the information.
Yeah,
connect the wallet in the browser in the wallet.
Yeah, that's how the crypto works right now. Yeah, I'm Xverse in Xverse wallet. I'm just open the Xverse browser and just connect there the wallet.
Yeah, the only reason why I originally asked the question is, if it's a completely new standard, it'll be really hard to get the wallet to even show this new NFT. But I think the answer is that no, this is NFT SIP9 compatible NFT, at least the public information wise. So once you minted it, you will see in your wallet. There's no issue with that.
Yeah, I think like standardization and this SIP can like improve that in Ledger wallet it says like that's encrypted NFTs. It will not shows you the private layer of information, but it could be the new category for useful for users. Maybe obviously not in this SIP because we are early, but in the future, like it's like the ordinals on whatever. If this if it will go to mass adoption, if community will like it.
Yeah, I wonder whether now you mentioned ordinals, maybe ordinals they could have that layer too. I'm just thinking out the spring.
Yeah, ordinals could they have this layer, to be honest, obviously. But ordinals has no like they have no smart contracts, so it could be only one and done. So you can just.
I think it's just like, to me, if I think of the private information is important, but is it important? I think it depends on the use case, because if it's just some random information about it's just a picture or whatever. In your case, I think your application was a cipher word. So that's like really important information. But if other people apply to their game and it's not really like a critical information that could lose monetary value, maybe that private information isn't as a critical point of failure. But in your case, it's really important. So you need it for that information to be held securely and encrypted, right?
Yeah, right. And also, if I want to the new builders and come to Stacks ecosystem using encrypted NFT or any like the whole crypto, yeah, I will say this sentence very like a quote. You have to put information into encrypted NFTs that important for others. Just imagine you mint NFT with information that important for somebody else.
Yes. Hero, by the way, I just want to, or not just Hero, but I guess I just want to suggest that two guys that are building things in this ecosystem are that I think should have input on this are Trip and Monkey and Gary Reiger, because the gated access function, they're both working on different ways on gated access to information. Gated project, Trip's Rising Tide, and the ticketing and the events and all that stuff. So I think we need to get those guys' input on this for sure.
Yeah, and Crypto Dude.
And Crypto Dude. Yes, I mean you had already mentioned him, but those are three off the top of my head that I think can provide valuable perspective to this.
I don't know if there's anybody else from DeOrganized 2. Oh, sorry, 3 now. Yeah, DeOrganized Cohort 3. Because I see some games developed.
There are a couple of games. I don't know that they're really NFT based. But maybe it's because they hadn't considered the concept of encrypted information on an NFT. Maybe that even works as far as like a gamer pass that keeps your gamer points or something like that. That you can trade, or trade as like a you don't know what's actually on them kind of stuff. Who knows? There's all sorts of ways. But this has actually been great. We're way over the hour. Appreciate everybody's time. Hero, is there anything else we needed to touch on today? I didn't.
No, that's it. Yeah, just go check out Stacks Forum. Get involved. If you want to jump on the SIP call, just DM me or DM Peace. We're happy to have more people on this call.
For sure. Awesome having Fabo on his first episode. Looking to have some more, man. Great input and great having that technical perspective with for us on these things. Xenitron, did we get into everything that you wanted to talk about here today?
Yeah. I will talk to Hero and others maybe what to do next.
Yes, right on. We can definitely help you through that. This is just the beginning of the process, but this is the first step in the process, is putting your ideas on paper, getting it into the forum, and starting to get some conversation and awareness about what you're proposing so that we can kind of shape it and guide it through to make it an actual SIP and get it into the ecosystem. Xenitron, much love, man. Obviously, we work together on a number of things, and I love what you're working on. I love to see that this is moving into a direction where it's going to be ecosystem wide and benefiting everybody. So great stuff. And thank you, Hero, so much. Hero, I don't know if you noticed, I actually did cancel the show for next week on the calendar because it's Christmas.
Oh, yeah. No, I think next week and the week after we can probably take a break. Everybody just relax, have a nice break.
But we will be back. If we want to do a show on the 2nd, that's the 2nd. I'll be back in work mode by then anyway. So if you want to do one, we can. But if we don't have to, we certainly don't have to. And then we'll be back and hit 2026, which I think is just going to be an amazing year for Stacks, to be honest.
Yeah, no,
for
yes,
sure.
Fabo, I hope you heard what they said in the town hall was really, really good. If not, Stacks Forum there, you can go and take a read.
There's a recap for that
Yeah,
too.
for sure. I'm just reading that there will be needed CK proofs, and I was researching also about that, BDMX and Snark Starks and Vinius. That is one of the fastest zero knowledge proofs you can get there. So yeah, yeah. Encrypted
Uh,
NFTs is a really useful. Sounds really useful. I will look closely what's it about.
and
I will
last words from me this year. Also, it's not the last call. There's actually another call, AIBTC next Tuesday at
Oh,
9:30 a.m. ET.
oh, it's 9:30 now.
Yeah, it's on the Tuesdays now, so they're shifting from Thursdays to Tuesdays.
But they did it. It was 11:30 last week.
11:30. Oh, that's 9:30 a.m. Pacific, so 11:30. No,
Oh,
it's 12:30 p.m.
Maybe that's
East.
what time it was. That might have been
Yeah,
actually
that
that might have
was
been
12:30. Yeah, so tune into that one because we are bringing XO2 to Stacks. So
That's
it's a
cool.
really interesting cross section between AI and agents and Bitcoin, SBTC, etc. So hope to get more people on that. Fabo, you're welcome to join as well. It's on X. If you have any idea about XO2 or AI or SBTC, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
should
for
definitely
sure.
join in.
Super
Do you,
interested. Yeah, I would like to put a place because I'm going to Chile this 24 and then to Peru and then going back to the Amazon to meet my family. So yeah, I'm gonna be like a little bit off, but I want to keep engaged. For sure. I keep hurdling with the code and the projects I'm doing. I really want to release. As Billy Idol say, is easy to deceive but hard to get released.
yeah,
you know. So
yeah,
so yeah, yeah. That's the issue. Yeah. Let's
right
go
on, right
crazy.
on. Awesome stuff, man. Yes, happy holidays to everybody. Maybe we'll
Happy
see you
holidays.
guys on Tuesday. Zenny, awesome stuff, guys. Get into the forum, read about the SIP, comment about it, let us know what you think. We need everybody's opinions. You don't have to be a genius or an expert on the subject. Just asking questions is very helpful. Even if you think it's something we already have considered, you never know. So it helps. It absolutely helps. Awesome stuff. I could keep talking forever, but I'm going to shut myself up and wrap the show. Great stuff today, guys. I am PeaceLoveMusic. We are DeOrganized Media, coming at you live on Bitcoin Live Decentralized Broadcasting every Monday through Friday. Great SIP show today. Thank you, Fabo, for joining us. Thank you, Hero, for all the work you do in our ecosystem. And guys, stay tuned. I will be momentarily playing the Stacks Africa crew had their meetup today, and I'm going to re-stream their show momentarily so you guys can get great stuff that they're doing over there at Stacks Africa as well. We are a growing ecosystem. And all of you, don't forget to touch some and get some. It's the weekend. Peace out.